Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to another How to Tarot, the Cups edition. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for all the beautiful feedback. So before we start, I just want to remind everybody to please share this video and make sure to hit that subscribe button. You're helping my channel grow. You're helping this single mama just be out here on a mission and make my dreams come true. So I would really appreciate it if you found something helpful. Share it with your loved ones, friends, family, somebody else that would benefit from this video. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you are looking for personal reads or you're looking for readings, I do additional readings on my Instagram account every Tuesdays and Fridays. You can find me at grateful_Drake. So let's motherfucking get into it. Last week I did get a comment about the High Priestess. Hey girl, hey. And so I'm going to talk about her a bit more today, just a little bit. I did mention in that video I wanted to go into the details of the card, all the symbolism later on, because I hadn't quite delved into that, and there's so many intricacies in this card. I forgot your name, but what she did ask was, what does the B and the J stand for on the pillars? So I did a little research, and the pillars themselves represent opposites, polarities, like yin and yang, the balance of life, right? And since she's in the center, she is that middle ground, that middle space, that balance between those polarities. The columns themselves represent a Jewish temple. The tarot is structured around the Kabbalah, the tree of life, okay? So I recently started dipping my pinky toe into the Kabbalah, and it's so thick. It's so rich that I got overwhelmed, and I'm gonna have to come back to it, and here I am coming back to it, okay? So I'm gonna insert here a picture of the Kabbalah, the tree of life. You will see the tarot is structured around this belief system, this way of life. So the B is the top left spear, Binah, of the Kabbalah of life, and the J represents the top right sphere, which is pronounced sometimes Chakma, and other times it's pronounced Jakma or Chakma, but spelled with a J. These represent those spheres. Binah represents understanding, and Chakma or Jakma represents wisdom. Okay, so that's her path, understanding and wisdom. And she represents the middle column, which is knowledge, okay? So it's thick. There's a lot of symbolism. That's why I was a little bit scared to delve into these aspects of the cards just yet. I just wanted to give you guys the surface level so that we can get us going. But you know, the question was asked, so it pushed me to delve right in there, and I'm glad I did, because it further helps me understand the cards. So thank you for asking those questions, and hopefully these videos will cycle back around a zillion times, so each time we go into the cards we'll get deeper and deeper and deeper into the symbolism. There's a lot more symbolism in that card that can be delved into. Okay, so that is our review of the High Priestess. This week we are going to go into the Empress, correct? She is the number 3 card of the Major Arcanas. Remember, Major Arcanas are the first 22 cards of the Tarot deck. The whole Tarot deck is comprised of 78 cards. So the first 22 cards are really the major life themes of the deck. Path of the Empress, she is labeled number 3, but she's the 4th card in the majors, because the first one is the Fool, which is a 0. The second one is the Magician, which is labeled number 1. The third one is the High Priestess, which is labeled number 2. And the fourth one is the Empress, which is labeled number 3. So the Empress is ruled by the planet Venus, the love planet, right? In the picture, she appears to be pregnant. They say she's pregnant. She is the wife and the mother of the deck. Her counterpart is the next card, the Emperor. We'll get into him next week. She's the wife and the mother, whereas the Emperor is the husband and the father. The Empress is the path of harmony. She's softness and gentleness. She's fertile and abundant. She's receptive. She's mothering and nurturing. She is the path of grace and ease. She symbolizes fertility and growth. She symbolizes love, beauty, attraction, femininity, gentleness, kindness, sensuality, romance, being in touch with her body, okay? When the Empress comes upright, we're looking at, when she shows up upright, I'm looking at either somebody's dealing with issues with their wife or the mother, or their mother, or they are the wife or the mother, or they're dealing with issues in general about their own femininity. Or if it's a male client, maybe they are dealing with issues with their own femininity, or they're dealing with a lot of the women around them. They're coming to terms with some of those issues of growing up with the women around them. You know, it's so dependent. The card meanings are so rich that like it really is so dependent upon what comes around it, right? So if it's upright, we're feeling really balanced. You might have a client who may be wanting to have a baby, might be expecting to have a baby. So we're also looking at pregnancies when you see this card. I always warn people to be real careful when this card shows up, you know what I'm saying? So we just look at fertility and abundance. You may be looking at women who are trying to get pregnant, who wish to get pregnant. If she's upright, she's supportive. Okay, she's secure. You're feeling secure in who you are. And if she's upright, we're also looking at creativity, somebody who's really fluid with their creativity. If this card is reversed, we may have issues in fertility, or we may just have issues about the role as a mother and how we feel as that role at this time. It's so fluid. These definitions are so fluid, but we're really looking at femininity. What is it to be a woman? Are we balanced? Are we not? So if we have a reverse Empress, we're looking at somebody who feels very blocked with their femininity, somebody who their creative output is really blocked. If she's reversed, we may be looking at women who are in the household who feel maybe suppressed, maybe feel like there's a high demand, right? Most mothers do feel like that. We're kind of the rock, the backbone of the family. We're dealing with a female client. I might say for a reversal, like, babe, you need to take some time out for yourself and take care of yourself because your needs are not really being addressed. That's how I would feel. And also depending upon the cards around her. So we're looking at blocks in femininity, a lack of ability to receive help, to receive nurturing herself. She probably is overdoing the output. All right, so that's the Empress. So let's go into the motherfucking cups, shall we? I saved the best for last. I mean, they're all really cool in their own right. What are we talking with cups, right? What are cups? Cups are the suit of water. They're the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Cups represent emotions, joy, fulfillment, happiness. Let's look at the Ace of Cups first, right? Let's take it down to the bare minimum, right? Aces are number ones. They are new beginnings. The associations for Ace of Cups, remember aces are all three signs of that suit. When you get an Ace of Cups, they could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Ace of Cups would symbolize spirit, right? Their spirit aid and assistance from the ancestors, loved ones who've passed. So they're coming in to show how abundant and fulfilled you are. So remember, cups, Ace of Cups could symbolize a new, budding, fulfilling relationship that's coming in. It can also symbolize fertility, right? So water is always going to symbolize fertility and abundance. So somebody could be trying to get pregnant as well. If it's an Ace of Cups reverse, we're looking at someone who does not feel deserving of the abundance and the fulfillment that we get from love and relationships. They could be lacking emotional fulfillment. Maybe they're having issues with conceiving, that type of thing. Yes, so that would be Ace of Cups reverse. Remember, cups are emotions as well. So if you're getting a reverse cup, the person is feeling emotionally out of touch, off balance. They could be emotionally repressed or overly emotional. You know, when we get a reverse cups, we're looking at over emotional, or we're also looking at restriction of emotions or suppression, repression of emotion. All right, y'all, let's go into the Two of Cups. Well, we love Two of Cups, right? It's one of the best cards to get. Most people come, I'd say 80% of people, Yeah, most people come for a reading, they want to know about their love life, you know what I'm saying? So this is the soulmate card. The Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Cups are all ruled by the sign of Cancer. Okay, so always after the ace, the first three cards in the suit are one sign, are assigned to one sign, are associated with one sign. So this is associated with the sign of Cancer. Keywords for this card are love and partnerships. Something I love about this card that is really dear to me, because I'm working on this for myself, is not only could this be soul-mated relationships, but these are relationships that we could be working on with ourselves. Of course, it matters what's around it, and you can kind of tell better if it's about self or if it's about somebody else. If you look at the picture, we have the caduceus here, which symbolizes health, right? It's a health. The lion with the wings shows vitality. We have these two people standing face to face, gazing into each other's eyes. So we have issues about intimacy and being able to see each other. If you were talking about self, the mirror image is almost as though the person is looking at themselves, working on themselves. So these are deep, intimate relationships. They don't have to be romantic relationships. It could very well be somebody even you work with, but it's somebody you have this really deep connection with. So Two of Cups upright would be a very healthy, fulfilling, whole relationship, either with self or with somebody you care about. If it's reversed, there are some imbalances in the relationship depending on what comes around it. You just never know what could be going on. This could be a soulmated relationship, but there could be infidelity. It just depends on what's around it. You could also see, if it's reversed, there could be doubt about that relationship. There's still that deep connection because that Two of Cups is still showing up, but there are deep doubts and worries about it. Okay, Three of Cups, we said, right? It's associated with the sign of Cancer. Well, let's take a look at this picture. It's three women here. They've got their glasses in the air. They look happy. They're celebrating. They're vibrant. It's a celebration. It's a reason for success. It's a reason to celebrate joy and success. This could be about communities coming together, social circles coming together, family coming together, loved ones coming together. If it's upright, we're looking at something very victorious and successful. Also, if you look at all the growth on the ground, we got the pumpkins and the grapes and the food that's being grown. We're looking at abundant, right? Abundant and fertile. Something's fertile. If it's reversed, well, we're looking at the opposite, right? We're looking at celebrations maybe that have been canceled. Sometimes if this card is placed with the devil, which is the addictions card, I look at people who are drinking too much or some sort of substance outward overindulgence. Yeah, if it's reversed, we could be talking about relationships that are kind of at a halt or a standstill. There could be even a creative block within the relationship, things of that nature. Four of Cups, okay, associated with the sign of Cancer, correct? Yes. So look at this picture. This little shit. This card always gets me. Look, this young man is sitting up against this tree. It looks like the Ace of Cups picture, right? You got the divine handing you a cup of love. He's being offered fulfillment and abundance, like from the divine. It's like, really, bruh? You're getting a gift from spirit and you won't take it. He's got his arms crossed. Some of the key words are restlessness and boredom, discontentment, right? Disenchanted. When this card is upright, this man is completely overlooking his blessings. This might be somebody who has a hard time receiving help, doesn't ask for help. When this card is reversed, this guy is hella stubborn, is like super blocked, does not receive help, doesn't want help, is maybe almost even like pushing help away on purpose. I would be thinking about issues about self-worth. Why are we pushing away the help? Does the person feel worthy or not? This person is probably somebody reversed, somebody who deep down yearns for change but just does not know where to begin, how to start even. Okay, the next three cards, the Five of Cups, Six of Cups, and Seven of Cups, are ruled by the sign of Scorpio. All right, so look at this Five of Cups. Oof. That's how I feel when I see this card. Well, fives are the numbers of challenges and change. So this is definitely a challenging card. This is an emotional time for this person. They are dealing with issues with depression. Look at the 5 cups. They have 3 in front of them that are spilled and 2 behind them that are upright and perfectly good, but this person chooses to focus on the 3 that are spilled. Keywords for this card are loss, sorrow, and leaving. Okay, so this could be somebody who's mourning the loss of somebody, but this person has a very hard time seeing the blessings in their life. This is somebody where I would expect to see more swords around it. This is more about perspectives. This guy has a hard time turning around and seeing his blessings. Also, the 2 cups behind him symbolize the support that is available to that person. Okay, so this 5 of Cups reversed is special. This card and the Devil card are the 2 cards in the deck that, by the book, are said to be more positive when they're reversed. There are extra cards that, for me personally, that when I see them reversed, I see more hope in them. But technically, by the book, the 5 of Cups and the Devil, when those 2 cards are reversed, we're looking at beginning to see an end to the problem. 5 of Cups reverse is telling us that the worst of it is over and that you can only go up from here. So I love me a 5 of Cups reverse all the time. Yeah, 5 of Cups reverse is things are beginning to look up. Okay, 6 of Cups, moving right along, chugga chugga choo choo, is ruled by the sign of Scorpio. It is, well, look at the scene here, babe. We have what seems to be a brother and a sister. They're in the garden. It feels bright, cheerful. There's lots of flowers. They're sharing. They're helping each other. So this is our child card. Keywords for 6 of Cups are reconciliation, harmony, childhood, old friends. Okay, so we're looking at issues with feeling sentimental. We're looking at reconnecting with people. We're looking at memories. Healing is a big word for this card. When this card comes upright, I always know that my clients are doing healing work. Because what do children represent? Children represent a time in our lives where things are safe. Well, they should be anyway, right? They represent a time in our life where we are pure and where we are whole. So when we get this card upright, it shows a healthy time. The client may be dealing with issues with their own children, with the children in their life, with the children that they want to have, or they could be dealing with issues of their childhood and kind of going back in time and remembering their childhood in order to do some healing work. If this card is reversed, I mean, obviously this feels more sad, right? They may be spending too much time in reminiscing to the point where it could possibly be making them feel emotionally burdened, right? We're dealing with people who maybe are living in the past a little bit too much, maybe having some issues with parenting the children in their lives, or perhaps having children themselves, okay? 7 of Cups is ruled by Scorpio again. This card keywords are opportunities, but extremes. So let's look at this card. Here's this shadowy figure. You know, it's funny, I hear other readers have a very positive view on this card. My keywords for this card are delusion and illusion, because, like, look at this dude. He's like greedy AF. He's like, he got 7 cups. He's all shadowy. You can tell he's not grounded. His head is in the clouds. He's like, I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that. It's like greed to the max. And when it's reversed, it's really, really bad. But let's take a slightly positive turn on this, because I've recently heard some descriptions of this card that are more kind than the way I would look at this. This is somebody who has a lot of choices in life. They're very abundant and they have a lot of choices that they can make. Upright, this person could be a visionary. You know, this could be somebody very creative and artistic, and they have a lot of visions, but we would suggest to the client to bring it in, to tighten it up so that they can better make a choice that is better suited for them. This person, I would suggest to make sure that they're grounded, to be able to decipher between reality and fantasy, to make sure that the choice that they're going to make, because this card is about choices, to remember to make it with their heart and not with what they think needs to be done or achieved or accumulated. You know what I'm saying? To dip deeper into that heart chakra. Be like this High Priestess with the cross on her chest, this space that we go here in order to hear the truth, to feel the truth. These people might have their head in the clouds a bit too much when it's upright. When it's reversed, these people are greedy AF. That's how I feel. The person may be really confused and overwhelmed, okay? Remember, cups are about emotions. So when this card is reversed, this person could really just be overwhelmed with choices and decisions. So it doesn't necessarily make the person a greedy person. You can kind of feel it out according to the cards around it. But if it's reversed, they're feeling very overwhelmed by all the burden of choices that they have. Okay, 8 of Cups, along with 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups are ruled by the sign of Pisces. So let's look at this 8 of Cups scene. It's nighttime, right? It feels kind of sad. It feels emotional. It feels heavy. The moon is out. The moon symbolizes our emotions, right? Our femininity, our softness, our going deep within, as well as the water is present. Water is depth, right? Going deep within our psyche, dealing with emotional issues. Also, it's nighttime in the dark. So when we go through the dark night of the soul, as one might describe this card, it's a very lonely time. But it's a time that will bring great abundance if we can stay the path and keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. Look at this woman. She's moving forward. She's hiking. She's walking toward the future. It's a hard time, but she knows that even though it's dark right now, all her cups are still standing. She is aware, although it might be hard to see the outcome, she is aware that she's very much fulfilled and that she can move forward confidently, even though it's hard to see the end product. Keywords for this card, actually I've never seen these. Departure, change, and emotional intelligence, right? So all her cups are upright, so she's emotionally intelligent because she's still standing and able to move forward despite this being a super dark time, a super unknown time. Notice her staff, much like the staff of the hermit, right? And the path of the hermit is being guided by instincts. He is the path of inner knowing. He can get through the darkness because he knows himself deeply within and he lets his intuition guide him. She as well has a staff. So it's a similar symbolism there. It's for us to realize that we have this intuition that's built within us that can lead us through the darkness. It is our light during the dark times. Look at the mountains. She's blocked by the mountain. She can't see what's on the other side of the mountain. She is aware that despite not being able to see what's on the other side, that once she gets to the other side, she'll have a whole different perspective. So I just freaking love this card. Notice the water. So upright, this person is dealing with issues where they realize the situation has become still. It's become stagnant. Look at the water, how stagnant it looks. There's not a whole lot of movement in the water. So something in this client's life upright, they've realized it's become stagnant and they've decided to move along. It's the flow, okay? They're able to go with the flow and make changes accordingly. So they have doesn't mean they feel great, but they are aware, even though they don't feel great, they are still able to keep moving forward. I would say 8 of Cups reverse is a situation where somebody is probably aware that it's no longer, whatever the situation is no longer fulfilling them, but they feel a sense of being stuck. They don't feel like they're able to move forward. It's hard for them to see to be with the discomfort of not knowing what will happen if they leave. So this is somebody who's stuck and feels stagnant. 9 of Cups. I love this card. Again, it's associated with the sign of Pisces. This is, friends, our wish card. So look at this guy sitting here. He's kind of like the genie. Your wish is my command. Okay, and the 9 cups behind him symbolize fulfillment and wishes fulfilled. Keyword for this card is happiness. So when this card comes up, the client has been wishing for something. The client may have received the wish. The client has their eye on the prize, and it's likely the wish will come true. The reverse meaning for this card would be the opposite. Could be the opposite. It could be something simple like the opposite, but it's really about feeling a lack of worthiness, a lack of creativity, a lack of insight, a lack of feeling fulfilled. This is somebody who feels maybe that they don't deserve what they had asked for. Clearly a wish was asked for, but there's some sort of block there. There could just even be a delay. You know, oh my gosh, I knew it. I always say this. You feel it out. Because it might be that it's just on hold. They've got some work to do, okay? 10 of Cups, dun, dun, dun. But here we have a complete, it's associated with the sign of Pisces. We have the complete fulfillment. It appears to be a family here with their home in the distance. There's water, which shows emotional fulfillment. A rainbow, which shows diversity and just joy. If it's not the happy family life that you are seeking, this card signifies overall fulfillment. It doesn't have to be that you're wishing for a family or that you hope to have the family life. This is just general great abundance and fulfillment. Keywords for this card are prosperity, joy, family, fulfillment, and abundance. Complete contentment. So when this is upright, hooray for you, because this is either on the horizon for the client, depending on where it's located in the spread, whatnot, however you read, or this has already been manifested. You can let your client know that they can rest assured everything will be okay. When this is reversed, might be some blocks, might be some delays. Sometimes with these really beautiful, vibrant cards, I feel like they're showing up for a reason. Especially if, let's say you get a spread with a lot of beautiful cards like this, but they come reversed. Let's say you get a lot of reversals, but they're really strong, beautiful cards. To me, that feels like that is still available for them. Because why else are they showing up? It just feels like the client heavily would have a block, or there's something going on that hopefully the other cards will explain it around. It doesn't always mean that, nope, it's not going to happen. You just got to kind of feel it out. For me, for the most part, it's still showing up. So it's still important to let the client know that this is very much for them. Reverse 10 of Cups could talk about disputes in the family or disputes with your loved ones and your friends, okay? This could, yeah, of course, depending on what comes around it, we can see some of maybe the quarreling that might be happening or the sadness that might be present. Okay, guys, on to the court cards. Okay, pages are all three signs associated with that sooo. So this page could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Okay, remember pages are development, the early stages, okay? And remember, court cards are usually people in our lives. So this page appears, I used to look at this card different than I do now. I still, okay. So this page here he's holding out a cup. He's holding out a cup to you with a fish in it. Fishes symbolize prosperity, right? So we're looking at fertility as well. Fertility. So you're telling somebody that they're in a phase in their life, they're beginning some new project that's going to be very fertile. It's going to be very abundant. A key word for this is love news, right? So cups are love, joy, and fulfillment and emotion. So you could be offered some sort of news about something you've wanted to hear back about. You get good news about love. If this is a person, remember he's young. It's either a young person, adolescent, that in the love process, they still may be building, just beginning to build, okay? So if this card is reversed, we're looking, I like to say it's a stinky offer, okay? So because for the longest time, I was like, why would I want that stank ass fish? Like, don't hand me a fish. So even upright, I used to feel like this is a stinky, like, this is a whack offer. But now for me, when it's reversed, it's kind of more of an offer. Somebody's offering you something half-assed. Like, somebody's like, thinking that they're giving you something great, and you're like, bruh, really? This is what you're telling me? This is so half-assed. So that's how I feel reverse Page of Cups is. This would be somebody reverse who has a really hard time communicating their feelings. Okay, so think about that. Let's move on to the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is associated with the sign of Pisces. This as well. A keyword for this is a proposal. Look how he's handing out his cup to you. This is something in the more advanced state, not advanced, but you know, this is your young adult personality. This is somebody who, and if you look at this knight, besides the Knight of Pentacles, which the horse is, all 4 feet are planted, he's holding still, he's very sturdy and enduring. This is the knight that has the next level of stability and sturdiness. Only one hoof, the right hoof, is lifted up off the ground. So we're looking at something dependable and reliable, something fulfilling. Look, he even has fish on his jacket, like the page. We may be looking at new love coming in. We may be looking at somebody who's proposing to a real proposal, or just proposing, you know, a certain, you know, the relationship to go to a deeper level. So in the book, this says, as a person, this person may have a hard time fully expressing how they feel. Their persona may be outwardly like they're super gallant and have it all together, but may have a little bit of a tough time. When we're looking at this reverse Knight of Cups, this would obviously be somebody who's disappointed you. They've offered you something that wasn't what they said it would be. This is somebody who may even be a little bit manipulative with emotions and does not keep their word. Somebody really out of touch with their emotions, that type of thing. Queen of Cups, she's associated with the sign of Cancer. Wow, well, look at this queen. She's sitting on like a cement throne. She's incredibly grounded. Queen of Cups is nurturing. She's receptive. She's kind. She's honest. She's gentle. She's giving. She has the ability to flow with difficult situations with great ease. She's very in touch with her intuition and with her own emotions. This is somebody very grounded in their emotions, okay? Very, has a great ability to express her emotions in a very stable, balanced way. This is somebody really creative and artistic. She probably does something for a living that's a little bit different, you know, not your mainstream type of careers. And then a reverse Queen of Cups, this is somebody emotionally unstable. This is somebody who overly emotional, right? Somebody that may even have a hard time connecting with other people because of the way that they express themselves is so different. This could be somebody very emotionally detached as well. Somebody who has a really hard time showing their emotions and can be kind of really cut off from the world. Okay, King of Cups is associated with the sign of Scorpio. So this guy, he has mastered his motherfucking emotions. Look at his throne. It's straight up in the middle of the sea. And he's still cool. He's chilling. So this is mastery of emotions, okay? This guy is giving and kind and really, really strong, incredibly balanced in his emotions. The key word for this is a charismatic man. So great personality. This guy has good boundaries. He's real empathetic. He's very social, okay? This reverse King of Cups is no bueno, okay? So, I mean, it's similar to the Queen of Cups, but with a more powerful kind of masculine feel to it. This is somebody who's really volatile with their emotions, okay? Extremely cut off, cold, and callous, or just rageful. I would say, I think when you're dealing with rage, I think more of like the King of Swords or the King of Wands for violence, but this guy could be so unstable within his own emotions that that's all he knows how to do is to be really rageful. This is somebody super imbalanced, right? He has pretty destructive behavior patterns. Okay, guys, so that is all the cups. Let's go ahead and put together a little spread, and I'll explain to you the way I would read it. We're going to read them all upright just to make it a little bit easier. We are not going to use major arcana cards because sometimes when you get a lot of majors, it can like really throw you through a loop. Oh, 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups. And then let's pull 2 other minor arcana cards. I feel like we get him all the time, don't we? The 8 of Pentacles. Okay, 3 of Wands. We'll take it. We're going to read them all upright. Let me mix these 4 up. Okay. Okay, so here we have 5 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and 6 of Cups. In this scene here, it feels like the client feels pretty pessimistic about something. Honestly, if I were to talk to this person, I would kind of feel like they were like, what's wrong with you, bruh? Like, you have so many blessings in front of you. But of course, we would never say that. You want to leave the client feeling empowered. You want the person to feel like, even if you can tell that the person is, let's say, shitty, you want that person to leave feeling like their weaknesses, you don't want them leaving on their weaknesses. You know what I mean? You want them leaving on their strengths. So I would highlight to this person, you would acknowledge that they're having a hard time seeing their blessings. You would acknowledge that we understand how difficult life can be, especially dealing with things that have maybe happened in our past, but they have so much to show for it. They've worked so hard and they are now at the finish line. And so to sit back and enjoy the roses and smell the roses and spend time with their children. Enjoy this time. It's a very healing and productive time in their life. To make sure to stop and smell the roses and to dwell in the great memories. Maybe if there were, let's say on top we got like the Death card and the Tower card, or we saw some sign of like, maybe they're sad because even though they've built something really beautiful, maybe they've suffered some kind of loss, maybe with these children or with somebody that made them feel youthful. You would want them to make sure that they know that they're in a major period of healing in their life and that things are looking up from here. The 6 of Cups here on the end is always a card about healing, regardless, okay? So you would want to really highlight that the fact that the person's done a job well done, which is the 3 of Wands, and really highlight how hard of a worker they are and how much they've built. Okay, y'all, so that's going to wrap us up for How to Tarot, the Cups edition. I appreciate y'all for sticking in here with me and for joining me on this crazy ride. Right now, as I film this video, it's 11:12 a.m. The smoke out here in California has been wild. Let me just show you. So it's literally morning time. It's wild out here. Look at outside. It looks like nighttime. That's how thick the smoke is. You see? Crazy, huh? It's orange outside. So thank you again for joining me. I love you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to share with your loved ones, friends, and family. I would greatly appreciate it. See you on the next one, guys.
Bye. Guys, there's so much fire. And I'll show them my picture. It's a heart.
Wow.
And it's making the smile.
I love it.
And then it's
really pretty.
outside.
It's really cool. You spent a lot of time on those dots, huh? Good job.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Is there a storm?
No, there's no storm. Looks like it.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Mwah.